A public health alert has been issued after an interstate truck driver tested positive for COVID while passing through Queensland. The New South Wales driver entered the state last Wednesday and left the following day. It comes as Anastasia Palaszczuk has been forced to back down on her border pause after a backlash over NRL families being allowed in. Here's state political reporter Kate McKenna.
A 2-week freeze thawing early.
As of Saturday, Queensland residents can begin returning from interstate hotspots into hotel quarantine in Queensland.
But it'll be limited to just 50 rooms initially for returning Queenslanders or those moving here who've applied for an exemption.
We have had discussions with Queensland Health and Police overnight, and there is some capacity.
Queensland Health says the 50 spaces will be prioritised in order of when people applied, but many don't know where they stand.
I am very worried because I have nowhere to go. Practically from the 10th, I'll have nothing practically in my house. The only thing I've got is my 3-4 bags that I've packed for quarantine purposes.
The concession made a day after the government was widely criticised for allowing a plane load of NRL officials and families in from Sydney into their own hub. The Premier was also grilled about her plans for the state once double vaccination rates reached 70 to 80% of eligible people, given the national push to reopen borders. But the Premier is wary of modelling which shows COVID-19 would spread through the community, causing hospitalisation and deaths. Ms Palaszczuk wants to see further research on what would happen to children under 12.
You may laugh on that side. This is the most serious issue that our country will face, Mr Speaker.
Is the Premier now saying that lockdowns and restrictions won't end until 100% of Queenslanders are fully vaccinated?
We need some medical advice, because if you're going to let the virus in and rip through, obviously because the opposition wants that to happen, right? What's going to happen to the children, Mr Speaker?
While Queensland has gone nearly 4 weeks without a community case, a public health alert has just been issued after a New South Wales truck driver tested positive. The driver was infectious in the community for a day last week before returning to New South Wales. 3 service stations at Archerfield in Brisbane's southwest and Gundawindi are now deemed exposure sites, an indication of how precarious the situation is. Kate McKenna, ABC News.